Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big Fun Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 42 of Winning a National Title with every team in the game. If you guys did miss last episode, we took Michigan State to win it all in only 4 seasons. Another team that did it in 4 seasons. You know, it's been a lot of 2, 3, and 4s here lately. We've had a couple 5 and 6s sprinkled in there, maybe I think a 7 as well. So it's not all the time. It's only taking 3 to 4 seasons. But when we do get a big school, it will take a lot. You know, and it will be quicker than most other teams, especially in the G5. But if you guys have missed any other videos, in the top right-hand corner, there will be a little banner thing that comes here and has a playlist from episode 1 all the way to now at episode 42. If you guys, of course, can't watch it, that's perfectly fine. In the description down below, there'll be a record of all the teams that we have done so far and their seasons they have done to win a national championship. But new episode means new team. That means we got to spin a wheel. Let's see who we get here for episode 42. And that answer is going to be, are we going back to the Big Ten? We're going back to the Big Ten. We're going to Purdue. We are going to Purdue. So back-to-back teams in the Big Ten. I just immediately went by the Big Ten. Purdue is going to be a little bit of a tougher time than Michigan State. They're both an 83 overall. Actually, probably the same team overall. We're a master motivator with the head coach. So that's, I guess, helpful. I didn't see their records. Oh, well. But we'll, of course, take a look at the coach abilities for everybody with our coordinators along with our head coach and the team. So we are a motivator. We do have architect, which is actually very, very nice, and multiple upgrades on it as well. Motivator, mostly for the defense. We got to upgrade the D-line. Tactician, mostly for the defense. And then our recruiting, probably mostly for the defense, mostly just for scouting-wise. Our offensive coordinator does have some motivating for the offense and scheme guru for the defense. And then our defensive coordinator as master motivating for the defense and tactician for the defense. So, and also it's on us to upgrade the recruiting-wise, which we'll probably do, just so we can get some stuff done. Motivator will be our first thing to probably get because that levels us up pretty quickly, and we'll just have to deal with scouting players later on. But taking a look at the roster, best guy is a 90 overall freshman. Hopefully he stays. Pro potential is a C+, but hopefully Hartwig will go as a 90 overall center. But yeah, quarterback's an 83. We do have a 74 overall freshman behind him, along with another one as well. So we do have a couple good quarterbacks waiting in the rings. I can't talk today. My goodness, it's been a long day recording, I guess. 89 overall speed, halfback. I probably could use some speed at halfback. Wide receiver, do have a 98 speed, CJ Smith. Okay. We actually do have a lot of freshmen down here as well. Tight ends an 81, not terrible. Offensive line could use some work along with getting some recruits in there. Defensive line's decent. Losing a lot of defensive tackles. We need some linebackers desperately because we're very weak there. Not necessarily weak in overall, but weak in amount of depth we have. Corners actually looking pretty solid. Maybe besides a couple of them that are like 80 speeds, but we do have Dynaman, who is a 90 overall sophomore, 90 speed. Hopefully he's with us for the long haul. And strong safety is a 76 with a freshman behind him as well. We have 3 kickers and 2 punters. Sure, why not? But yeah, I'm going to go ahead, simulate Season 1. I'll see everyone at the end of Season 1 here with Purdue. And here we are with Season 1 with Purdue. We went 7-5 on the season. I don't know where 10 came from. We did beat FCS and Notre Dame in Season 1. Notre Dame got blown out 55-28. They ended up going 9-3, so they won't make the college football playoff. We did lose to Oregon State for our first loss. Won back-to-back against Nebraska, Wisconsin, then lost back-to-back against Illinois, then getting shut out by Oregon. But then we kind of had a tough last 5 games. Northwestern we won. We lost to Ohio State. We beat Penn State, and we beat Michigan State, but then lost to Indiana 26-20. We could have went 8-4 on the season, but or 8-3. No, yeah, 8-4. We just only lost one outside the conference, but all in all, a pretty decent season here with Purdue in season 1. So hopefully we can carry that into next season, especially in the Big Ten. We also got a 4-star halfback, so hopefully that will help us out for next season, or maybe in a couple seasons. Jalen Milroe wins the Heisman here in season 1, 3,600 yards, 37 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So congrats to him. And we're playing Bowling Green in the Detroit Bowl. So hopefully we can win this game. We'll just go ahead, simulate to the end of the season recap, and then go over the college football playoff bracket and get into next season. It will definitely be a harder one, especially with this. Michigan State proved to be decently hard. But all in all, we did win. So we are now 8-5 with pro potential and coach prestige going up. Coach stability going down to a C+, but other than that, that's very helpful that we got that. And Ohio State is going to win season 1, 36-31 over Miami, with Liberty, Kansas State, Oregon, Alabama, and Boston College making it as the automatic qualifiers, with Miami, Iowa, Clemson, Texas, Michigan, and Florida State, Ohio State making it as the at-large bids. So that's going to end season 1. So on to season 2 here with Purdue. And here we are in season 2 with Purdue. We go 7-5 on the season. But decent season all the way around, although we did lose to Ball State to begin the year, even though they went 9-3 on the season, so congrats to them. We did get stomped by USC, but our first win came against Rutgers 24-23, and they only went 1-11. Yikes, and then lost to Notre Dame, so we were 1-4 after our second bye. And after that, we kind of stepped it up, beating Old Dominion, beating Minnesota, losing to Washington 50-14, but then beating Michigan, who was ranked, and Northwestern 34-0. And then beat Illinois, beat Indiana, but then we did lose to Ohio State 31-17. They went 10-2 and ranked 7th in the nation. So unfortunately, no conference championship. We're about one win away. If we would have won one more, we had the tiebreaker of Ohio State, probably not over Penn State though. And they probably would have went to go play Oregon. But all in all, it's a decent season again here with Purdue. Another bowl game. Hopefully we can have another season with a bowl win as well, and then go from there. Right now, 85 overall team. We're not there yet officially to try to, win it all. Novosad wins the Heisman Trophy, 3,300 yards, 37 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for Oregon, and we'll be playing Syracuse in the Holiday Bowl. So another opportunity to win another bowl game, and hopefully we can. Before going into next season and season 3, and hopefully we have some good training results to get us up into the 89 range, just have us have a chance for the college football playoff. But it just depends. We did win, so we are 8-5. Pro potential, and coach stability, and coach prestige all move up. We got a couple people wanting to transfer out, but hopefully we can stop them from going. And Penn State wins it all in year number 2 with Charlotte, Boise State, Oregon, Kansas State, and Florida making it as the automatic qualifiers, with Alabama, Penn State, Oklahoma, Texas, and Clemson, Texas A&M, Ohio State making it as the at-large bid. So Boise State did beat Alabama, but then got rocked by Penn State, and Penn State rocked Oregon. Kansas State and Texas, a former Big 12 battle, went to overtime, so that would have been a good game to watch. Man, they both kind of rocked each other's opponents in the semifinals. I mean, Penn State rocked Boise State by 20, and then Kansas State rocked Florida by 25, and then ended up only losing by 1. And it was 15 points in the second quarter or in the fourth quarter by Penn State to win it. Wow. So, congrats to Penn State in season 2. It's on to season 3 here with Purdue. And here we are in season 3 with Purdue, where we went 9-3 on the season, 7-2 overall in the conference. So a very solid season here in year number 3, all winning seasons. We actually were 1-3 heading into week 4 or week 5, I guess, into our 5th game. Losing to Washington, losing to Wisconsin, and losing to Notre Dame, but we did beat Wake Forest. Then we went on a run, beating Illinois, beating ECU, beating UCLA, Penn State, and Iowa. Barely beating Iowa, who went 2-10. Minnesota and Maryland, and beating Indiana to end out the year. So we had to face Oregon, who went 11-1 and 9-0 in the conference. So if we can pull off the upset, cool. We get a bye. If not, we still get in the first round of the playoffs here with Purdue in year number 3. So that would be very, very nice to do if we can. We do go 9-4, so yeah, we do lose, which I was highly expecting because Oregon is a pretty good team. What do we lose by? That's the question. Oh my goodness, we lost 56-8. Alrighty then. So that doesn't really help the confidence going into the college football playoff, but hey, here we are, picking up a 3-star middle linebacker, which will be nice for the defense, because especially putting up 56 points, it's not very fun. Dante Moore wins the Heisman Trophy. I wonder why, because 3,600 yards, 36 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Do they just have back-to-back Heismans with 2 different quarterbacks? But we are going to be playing Michigan in the college football playoff, so a Big Ten matchup here in our first college football playoff run. UNLV, Texas Tech, Oregon, Miami, and Tennessee made it as the automatic qualifiers, with Georgia, USC, Oklahoma State, Boise State, and Kansas State, and Michigan and Purdue made it as the at-large bids. So let's get started here against Michigan. They're 9-3. We didn't play them during the season. They're on 89. We're on 87. So Michigan does have the overall advantage. But hopefully that won't matter, and we get the win, and we go to play Tennessee in the quarterfinals. We are at home here against Michigan, so we have the home field advantage into this game. It looks like we're going to start with the ball first. Let's go quarter by quarter like we normally do. And Michigan with the touchdown to begin the game, and it's 7-0. Now, us in the second quarter, 7-7. We tie it up, and it's 7-7 at the half. So that is big. And now we get an interception, but can't do anything with it. It's 14-10 going into the fourth quarter. This is big. 3rd and 7, 4th and 7, we get the ball. A field goal will make it a touchdown game, and we get it. So it's now by 7. See if the defense can make one more stop. It's looking unlikely. They get a touchdown with 2 minutes to go. All we need to do is get in a field goal range. We take a huge sack, and that means we're going to overtime. Michigan kicks a field goal. We get a first down and goal from the 1, and we are moving on. We are beating Michigan 23-20 in overtime, and we'll be going to play Tennessee in year number 3 here with Purdue. I was highly expecting us to lose the game, not win over Michigan, but hey, we'll take it. We're moving on. Because usually in our first runs, I think we've only done one-run teams with the college football playoff a couple times. It hasn't been a lot. Of course, Notre Dame and Ohio State were one of them, but there's been a couple of them where we had one run in the playoffs and got it done, but it hasn't really been many. Here in the Fiesta Bowl here against Tennessee, let's go ahead and get it started. They're 12-1. We are 10-4 on the season. They are an 87, so the exact same overall with us, but they have the better offense. They have an 89 overall offense. We have an 87. Hopefully this next season, if we don't make it this season, we will hopefully be up in the 89-90 range. But looks like we're going to start on defense first. Let's go quarter by quarter. And the defense gets a stop, but so does theirs. We get a touchdown on the second drive, and it's 7-0 Purdue after the quarter number 1. Now 7-3, now 10-3, and 13-3 at the half. So that's big. Now we get the ball to start second half and get another field goal. It's 16-3 here in the fourth quarter. A solid third quarter from our defense. Let's see if we get a turnover immediately and then a touchdown. It's 24-3 with under 5 to go. Tennessee will finally score a touchdown, their first of the game. But we're going to take up a lot of time here. It's now under 2 minutes. It's a 17-point game, but a touchdown. But we get the ball. 4th and 10, it doesn't matter because we are moving on 27-17 over Tennessee in the Fiesta Bowl. We are moving on to the quarterfinals with Purdue in just our 3rd season, which is insane. But hey, we'll take it. We'll gladly take it. We are going to be playing the winner of Kansas State or Miami. So usually Kansas State is pretty good at this point with the simulations. Usually after this year they start falling off a little bit. So hopefully we got to take advantage of that. If we are playing Miami in the Rose Bowl in the semifinal game, win here, and we are going to the national championship. But let's get it started. They're 13-1, 8-0 in the ACC. They're at 86. This is the first time we've had their overall advantage in this run so far. Let's see if our defense can keep up what they're doing. Doing pretty good as well. As I say that, we're probably going to give up like 30 points in the first half. But anywho, looks like we're going to start on defense first. And our defense gets a stop. Offense goes down the field and can't do anything with it. So it's 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. And now if we had a chance again but miss it. And we get a touchdown before the half. It's 7-0 going into the second half with us getting the football. Defense is doing very solid. It's 7-0 into the fourth quarter. And we get a stop on 4th and 3. And they get a stop on a big 4th and 7. And we get another stop in a very short field and a touchdown. It's a 2-score lead here with 3 minutes to go in the game. Miami taking up a bunch of time. They don't get a first. We get a first. This game is over. And Purdue beats Miami 14-0 in the Rose Bowl, and we'll be moving on. His hair is going through his jersey in the back. I don't know what's going on there, but we're going to the national championship with Purdue in season 3. This is a run of all time with Purdue. This is crazy. We'll be taking on the winner of Georgia or Oregon, so we could get our revenge. But it's probably going to be Georgia, because I always face Georgia no matter what in these simulations. I don't know what it is, but they're like the final boss every time. We do get a Defensive Player of the Week and a National Defensive Player of the Week, so that's nice. And the answer is we also get the Big Ten. Well, that means we're getting Georgia. Yep. Always is. It's the final boss. It is. Let's take them on. 13-2, 12-4, 90 overall. This is it. If Georgia or Purdue can somehow pull this off, that'd be kind of insane. Here in just season number 3, facing off against Georgia in the national championship. We're going to start on defense first. Let's go quarter by quarter. Georgia gets a touchdown and a turnover. It's 14-0 Georgia after 1. Not looking good compared to last time. Or I guess last game against Miami. It's 21-0 at the half, and we got some work to do. We still have yet to get on their side of the field. Now we do. We get a field goal, so it's 24-3 into the fourth quarter. And we just got to get something. We get short field. 4th and 15, we go for it. We get sacked, and this game is going to be over. We're going to lose in the national championship to Georgia 27-3. And unfortunately, Georgia just loves to stop these runs that we have. So it is what it is, but hopefully we can take that momentum that we just had and bring it into next year, because Georgia officially wins it all here over Purdue 27-3 after beating UNLV, Texas Tech, and Oregon 38-6. My goodness. That was not very fun. But anywho, that's ending season 3. It's on to season 4 here with Purdue. And here we are in season 4 with Purdue. We go 11-1, 9-0 in the Big Ten. Our only loss came in week number 1 against North Carolina, of all teams. But then we went on to beat Notre Dame by 2, Oregon by 4, Nebraska by 3, Maryland by 2, Ohio State by 10. So a lot of ranked opponents, but a lot of easy wins. 37-3 against Miami, 35-6 against Michigan State, 30-0 against Illinois, 30-13 against UCLA, 31-10 against Penn State. Played a lot better in the second half of the season compared to first half, but all in all, it depends on how we do against Washington. If we win, we get a bye in the college football playoff. So hoping we win and we go from there. So we lost on the tight end. That's unfortunate to Washington, and we lost. So we go 11-2 on the season, but that means we are going to be getting our first round matchup again here in the college football playoff, which is a little unfortunate. Kind of want to see how much we lost by. I'm really hoping it's not like 38-6 like last year. It's 33-21. So again, we still lost by double digits, or we had a lead. At one point in the game, we just gave up 17 points in the fourth quarter. It's just that just can't win games. But our first loss since week number 1, which is, that's all right, I guess. But hopefully we can, we do level up, surprisingly. But I don't know why we dropped in overall. We were like an 89, but DJ Lagway wins the Heisman, 1,300 yards, 34 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. We did get a best linebacker award, so that's nice. And we'll be playing Rutgers in the college football playoffs, so a Big Ten matchup in the college football playoffs. That's going to be very nice. But ECU, Central Michigan, Florida, Clemson, and Washington made it as the automatic qualifiers, with Auburn, Notre Dame, Oregon, Rutgers, Purdue, Pitt, and Tennessee made it as the at-large bids. So East Carolina, not ranked, ends up being the 5th highest championship winner, conference championship winner. Central Michigan ranked 15th in there, so they're probably not going to go too far. Florida's got the easiest bracket of all time. Maybe not. They do have to face Notre Dame and Oregon, but yeah. Let's get started against Rutgers. They're 9-3. We are 11-2 on the season. Their 3 losses came in Big Ten play. They're an 85 or an 87. We were like an 89 overall team, I think, at the beginning of the year, but so probably all the boosts go away like most of the time in the college football playoff, but hopefully we can take advantage of this overall and win this game, and we're also at home. Let's go quarter by quarter. We're starting on defense, and both teams get stops, but they do get a field goal to go up 3-0 after the first quarter. And we will also get a field goal to tie it up. Another couple turnovers for both sides, and it's still 3-3 after the first half. But we start with ball and punt it away immediately, but we finally score a touchdown. It's 10-3 going into the fourth quarter, but with Rutgers having the football. And they will score a touchdown in the fourth. We will get one as well to make it 17-10. That's a big sack on second down. They have to punt the football. We also have to punt the football. It's a 7-point game. Rutgers has all 3 timeouts, but they don't get a 4th and long. And we get a 3-play touchdown to go up 2 scores. That is going to do it over Rutgers. It was a lot closer game, but that one big touchdown at the end, we're going to win 24-10 over Rutgers and go play, I think, Clemson, I believe it was, in the quarterfinals. So we'll gladly take it. I need to make sure it is Clemson. I'm pretty sure it was Clemson. Remember, we made the national championship last year. Yeah, well, it is Clemson. So hopefully we can do it again. But all in all, Clemson's going to be a tough matchup for us. It is what it is. But we just have to hopefully play as good as we did last week, but this time maybe this man gets 10 tackles and a couple sacks on the game. He also get the National Defensive Player of the Week, so that's nice. We'll be playing Clemson in the Peach Bowl. Start against Clemson. They're 11-2. We are 12-2 on the season so far, and they're an 89 overall, so they technically have the overall advantage. We have the same overall on the offensive side. But hopefully we can get this win and move on. But all depends on how we do here. Hopefully the defense can play above that overall. Looks like we're going to start on offense first as well. And our first drive ends in a touchdown. Theirs ends in a punt. So 7-0 after the end of the first quarter with Clemson having the football and another punt. And now they finally score, but we score, and it's 14-7 at the half. Big. And we're going to put up a field goal to go up by 10 until they get a field goal to go up to make it 7 points again. And how about a touchdown to begin the fourth quarter? 24-10. They get a huge defensive penalty, and that's going to get us within 7. 4th and 1. We go for it and don't get it, and that is not good because Clemson will go down and get a touchdown. It's now a minute to go, and all we need is a field goal to win it. But we are at the 33, and we are in field goal range, and we missed the field goal. Clemson will start with it in overtime. All we now need is a touchdown. 3rd and 4, and there we go. A touchdown in overtime. We will beat Clemson 30-27 in the Peach Bowl to move on into the semifinals. Shackelford, 9 catches, 128 yards, and 3 touchdowns is insane. An insane game. Because that gets us to the next round. I thought we were going to win it in just normal time, but I guess we missed the field goal, or maybe we didn't get the playoff in time. I don't know. But we will go on to play the winner of Washington and Tennessee. Maybe we can get a rematch on Washington and win that one. That is as much as we can hope for. But the team that we are playing after we get all the Player of the Week awards, he should also win National Player Offense of the Week. He does, so he wins both Offensive Player of the Week, so that's nice. We're playing Washington in the Orange Bowl, so we get our rematch here in the college football playoff. So let's get it started against Washington. 12-2, 13-2. They're in 87. We're the same overall. We have the better overall in the offense. It's kind of like the first game that we had in this run. Hopefully that we can use an overall advantage and take advantage of it. We're going to start on offense first. Our offense puts up a field goal. And after that, we put up another touchdown to go up 10-0. Here after the first quarter, Washington looking for something. They get a touchdown. Then we get a punt or a kick return for a touchdown. But they also got one as well to be a 3-point game at the half. 17-14. Now it's 24-14 after we got a pretty easy stop. Can the defense get another one? They don't, but it is 24-21. And Washington will have the ball. 3rd and 15, they don't get a first. We get a big first down on 3rd and long, but don't get it again. Washington just needs a field goal. They don't get it on 4th down. This game is over. Washington couldn't get it done. They had multiple chances to get 3 points to tie the game and were unable to both times. Purdue's defense, this defense that we set up, has been the key to getting this done. Didn't allow a touchdown in overtime. Got stops when they needed to. And now we're going back to the national championship game to where hopefully we can win it. Hopefully. Just like what Ted Lasso says. It's the hope that kills you. But again, Shackelford again wins the National and Offensive Player of the Weeks. And we'll be playing Notre Dame in the national championship game. I did not check to see. They beat Central Michigan. Wow, Auburn lost. They barely beat East Carolina, and then they lost by 2 scores against Central Michigan, and Notre Dame destroyed Florida, and then only barely beat Central Michigan by 10. So let's get started here against Notre Dame. 13-2 versus 14-2. Notre Dame's in 88. We're in 87. We technically have the better offensive overall, and they have the better defense and team overall than us, but hopefully that means our offense can put up a lot of points because I feel like we're going to need it against this Notre Dame team. But we're back in the national championship. It looks like we're going to start on offense first. And our offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown. Notre Dame punts. We punt as well, and it's 7-0 after the end of the first quarter. Can we keep up the momentum? We do get 2 more touchdowns in the second. How about 3 in the second quarter before they finally do? So it's 28-7 here in the third quarter. They put up a score. It's now 28-17. So all of a sudden, it's an 11-point game. But now it's back to 14 after we get a field goal. So 31-17. Notre Dame is driving and score with under 5 to go. We get 2 huge plays. 3rd and goal from the 1. We go back to our 14-point lead with under 2 to go. We get a sack, 4th down. That's going to do it. And Purdue, in 4 seasons, has won a national championship. This one over Notre Dame. A pretty solid season as well here from Purdue. And that means another team is done with Purdue finishing it. Next episode will be a fun one too. Maybe they can break or tie the record of one season so far that we have gotten. But it's gonna be tough to beat one season with Ohio State and Notre Dame setting the records. But who knows? I mean, we're getting very close to 50 episodes of this. And of course, we'll be continuing this during College Football 26 because there'll be a lot more new teams in it. And yeah, we'll kind of see if these records are going to be the same. Ryan Brown had 4,300 yards, 45 touchdowns, 13 interceptions on the season, so a pretty decent season. Rushing-wise, Harris 880 with 6. Brown had 321 for 5. And we had 2 guys over 1,000. Williams and Shackelford both had over 1,000 yards. Williams had 11 touchdowns. Shackelford had 19. Branch had 747 with 8. And Burhan had 702 for 3. Defensive-wise, Berglund had over 100 tackles on the season. Holyfield led the team with 10 tackles for a loss. Farrell led the team with 15 sacks. Rogers Jr. with 7 interceptions on the season. Berglund with 12 deflections. We actually had a decent amount of forced fumbles. And 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, we had 10 recoveries. Dang, that's pretty good. We had 1 blocked kick, no safeties. We did have 1 defensive touchdown with Derek Rogers Jr. Kicking-wise, we had we just missed 1 extra point, so he was 56 of 57. And field goals, he was 26 of 29 for an 89%. Punting-wise, 3,100 yards, 16 inside the 25 touchbacks. That's actually pretty doggone good. Defensive or kick return-wise, 546 and 446. And we did have a kick return for a touchdown, but no punt returns for touchdowns. That's going to do it for the episode. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, hit that like button down below. It is free and really helps out the channel. And if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. We're very close to being at 500 subscribers, which is an insane number. So I appreciate all the support on these last couple episodes and in the last really couple months here on the channel. Has been really awesome that you guys are liking these Winning a Natty with Every Team videos. And be excited for College Football 26 to come out. As well as maybe some Over the Show stuff. I'm not 100% sure. But who knows? If you guys do want to see that, let me know in the comment section down below. And hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm out. Peace.